We're here having some chats with people who've been participating in the new Rural Stories Forum over the last few days. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, Mayra, and how you ended up here.
I ended up here because I'm interested in community-based research. And my supervisor recommended this place for me since it's so close to Portsmouth, which I'm very interested in. And I got a lot of, without people knowing it, they just gave me so much information that I needed to know that I didn't really know that I needed. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
But it really opened my eyes to what people really want, and it's not just about the park. That's not the central point of this community. It's actually about them thriving and connecting with each other, and the arts are a big part of them. So that's what I've learned, and that's not the only thing. I have to reflect on it. I have to write about it, and then maybe I'll find hidden gems and things that they said.
And you have some arts background as well, right? So you probably would have appreciated, or interests anyway, appreciated the mix. I think I heard you talking about that.
Yes.
Of art and community development discussion and the linkages.
Yes. I think that arts are essential. They're a natural part of human beings. If you don't do it, you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, some people just doodle and they don't think much of it. Like I doodle, but I feel like I could have maybe gone to art school.
Mm.
It's just I feel like maybe that wasn't for me, but I don't know. Maybe I would have been okay at it. It's so language and culture, they kind of go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that also like art and food.
Mm.
It's a whole thing. You can't separate one from the other.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why they talk about the arts was so predominant throughout the conference.
Yeah. Were there any other themes that came out that were coming out again and again that you noticed? Key kind of messages?
Yeah, a key was the intimidation factor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that was a really interesting thing because they were intimidated by academics. And I am intimidated by them, but
by
community leaders, and just being in a community where I'm not part of.
Mm-hmm.
That's very intimidating.
Mm.
And especially if I'm asking someone, "Can you be my guinea pig?" And that's not exactly what I want to portray. I want them to.
That's how you feel it might be.
That's how I feel. That's why I'm intimidated.
Okay.
Because that's how I felt at the beginning, and then I realized that no, we can actually all have a conversation,
mm-hmm.
and we can.
Research doesn't have to be done that way.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like I'm potentially starting a career in research, and I'm just learning that it's not how the book said it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in the setting to get a feel of it, and. It's been changing. It's been very. I feel like this is gonna influence me on how I do my research.
Yeah. We're talking about how you're from Mexico City,
Yes.
and do you see? I think there's actually, obviously, there are many differences between rural and urban communities.
Mm-hmm.
But did anything remind you of, say, the communities where you grew up, or your past experiences with community and community development, or is it all sort of different in rural Newfoundland and Labrador?
So Mexico is really big, and of course we have our neighborhoods. And I now feel, I didn't even know how to relate it before, but being here I just understood how my neighborhood was that little community.
Yeah.
Because we knew the store owners around us. We needed school supplies, we knew exactly where to go. It was just this tiny little shop where you could buy all your notebooks and your pencils and everything for school. If you needed certain food, you knew who to go to. Because there was a butcher, and then there was a guy who sold chicken, and it was all in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So you had your community,
mm-hmm.
and everyone knew each other too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can go to the next community, you may know someone, but it's not us.
Yeah.
It really is a small community.
And that was one thing that came out was the importance of recognizing the individuals in the community and their skills.
Mm-hmm.
That I heard people talking about, that people in rural Newfoundland and Labrador have lots of traditional making skills, for example, that they can share with others and
mm-hmm.
pass on to future generations. So, yeah, that you were talking about what particular people in the community did in your neighborhood, and how important that was, and how people knew
mm-hmm.
who to go to for what, and that certainly came up here as well. That individuals and their skills, recognizing that as assets. We talked a lot about assets in communities, and those individuals and their skills are assets, and also the relationships that people have in communities. Yeah.
Yeah, that assets thing was also a new approach for me, and I'm glad that I was here to listen to that because I feel like that's a really important thing that I was overseeing when trying to figure out my own research, which is it's in its infancy right now. But now I have this other really important key points that really matter for the community. So.
So you're glad you came, right?
Oh, very. It's beautiful. And I really like the people. It's so different than what I thought.
Anything else that you'd like to add that you haven't talked about the last few days?
Yeah. So actually, I've been helping out a little bit to clean up the place, and I've been having conversations with community members, just like on the hallway in the laundry room. We were having a really good conversation in the laundry room of what would be appreciated from each other, and I mentioned to them that research really appreciate what they're doing more than they acknowledge. So they were actually really glad that it wasn't just like I think we all understood something. I now I understand that they really appreciate
Us coming.
yeah, they appreciate us coming, but I don't think that someone had actually told them out loud, you're the focus here. This is driven by you. This is community-based research, community-based research, and you're the community. So you're the focal point, and I think they were happy to hear that. Maybe they didn't hear before. Things are not obvious.
We also heard that we have to make sure we come back after that message comes up again.
Yeah, they invited me to like, you're gonna be here next year.
Well, and to report back too on the research, and for it to be a long-term relationship, I guess, not just a discussion up front about what we could be doing, but also how we do it and what we found.
And they recognize that some things may take 10 years, which is very realistic and very good. I think that patience is important if you want to do something great.
Yeah.
So,
Great. Thank you.
thank you.